seniors in fear of losing their homes to their homeowners association.
It's just a complete mess out here.
I just want to be retired.
Phony car tags leading to massive fines for innocent drivers, and illegal butt injections sent a woman to the hospital fighting for her life.
It looks infected. I mean, she can't walk or anything.
When systems fail, people pay the price. We trace the damage, expose the truth, and fight to fix it. This is Uncovered by Atlanta News First Investigates.
Senior citizens thought they were buying into a retirement community in Conyers, but they say the builder broke promises.
The homeowners contacted Atlanta News First Investigates, worried they may lose their homes to the HOA.
I love it, and you see how peaceful it is back here.
Margaret Wright calls this her forever home.
Welcome to my porch, my little private oasis.
A peaceful place to sit and enjoy the retirement she'd worked so hard to reach. She bought it in 2018, looking specifically for a 55 and older community.
I was told at the time that there were 99 lots over 55, clubhouse, pool, and I said, great.
Fast forward 7 years and 4 building phases later,
we were misled.
The Creekside at Old Town in Conyers, Georgia isn't age restricted, but that's not why they're worried.
Our biggest fear for phase 1 is losing our homes. These were our forever homes.
It's the HOA fees that have more than doubled since they've moved in.
We were told that as houses were sold, it would start to go down. You're talking about very seasoned seniors in phase 1 on very fixed incomes.
After repeatedly asking to take over their HOA, homeowners from all phases hired a lawyer and found out that the community was actually built by 2 different builders and has 2 different HOAs. The original builder is Arcadia Partners, owned by Chris Brogdon. A property manager for the subdivision told Atlanta News First Investigates that Brogdon ran out of money after building the first phase. Court documents show Brogdon sold phases 2, 3, and 4 to another builder and created a separate HOA, but he continued to run both HOAs through a management company called Real Manage.
Phase 1, he had raised them to 275. And we were 228 in 2, 3, and 4. So our question was, why have you raised them to 275 when we all have the same amenities? We were like, listen, if you do not bring them back to 228, we're not going to pay. And so he brought them back down to 228.
We're not naming the second builder because they're not affiliated with Brogdon and have since turned over the second HOA to homeowners. Prior to this investigation, homeowners say they had never seen financial statements.
We have no idea where our money is going each month other than if we don't pay it, a lien could be put on our homes.
Atlanta News First Investigates uncovered this very community is referenced in a United States Securities and Exchange Commission fraud case against Brogdon. In 2015, the SEC accused him of a 2-decade-long nursing home investment scheme, alleging he took nearly $200 million from investors to fraudulently develop dozens of nursing homes, assisted living facilities, and retirement communities in several states. They say he used the money for a, quote, lavish lifestyle. A court ordered him to pay $90 million back to investors. Brogdon's response to the accusations is sealed in court records, and he didn't respond to us when we requested them. 2 years later, in 2017, while the SEC was trying to collect the money, he and his wife filed for bankruptcy. That same year, his company, Arcadia Partners, began building Creekside at Old Town in Conyers. Court records reveal additional legal accusations against Brogdon. He's named as a defendant in several lawsuits by families of nursing home residents as well as venture capital firms in several states. In some cases, documents show Brogdon claimed there were errors and issues of fact. Other cases settled in confidential consent agreements or were dismissed for various reasons. Court documents also show the HOA at the St. Regis in Buckhead, Georgia, filed to foreclose on Brogdon's personal $5 million condo for his unpaid HOA dues in 2023. A judge dismissed the case, stating the HOA never officially served Brogdon with the lawsuit. Brogdon's also a co-founder of the popular Georgia restaurant chain J. Christopher's. The landlord at the Buckhead location is suing him for allegedly not paying rent for years. Brogdon is denying most of the claims and asking the judge to throw out the case, according to court records. Brogdon has not responded to Atlanta News First Investigates emails or phone calls.
It's just a complete mess out here.
I just want to be retired.
Phase 1 homeowners also requested to take over their HOA, but emails from Real Manage state Brogdon won't turn it over until his loan to the association is paid back and delinquent accounts are made current.
We have no representation, no voice, but we have to pay money.
According to the HOA's bylaws, Brogdon controls the HOA for 20 years or until all of the lots are sold. We matched the plat map with tax records and found Brogdon still owns 13 lots in Phase 1.
But as you can see, the most might be one house here, but you'd have to build it up. This is where the creek is.
According to a voice recording between a homeowner and the builder of Phases 2, 3, and 4, Brogdon wanted to sell the remaining lots in Phase 1 to them as well, but they didn't take them because they couldn't build on them.
You see that there's no way.
Homeowners fear Brogdon is holding on to the lots and the HOA.
I believe as he could have sold these lots, he would have.
When we looked up real estate records in the community, we found hundreds of deed filings, most transferring ownership through deeds between Brogdon's different companies. At the same time, the SEC was trying to collect from him, and he and his wife filed for bankruptcy. The Brogdons and Real Manage did not return our calls or emails.
It's a scary situation.
Margaret says she and her neighbors don't have the money for a legal fight.
Maybe half of us are now single. We've lost our spouses since we've been out here.
Georgia law allows an HOA to foreclose on a home when they owe more than $2,000.
The thought of me losing my home over $2,000 in debt is scary. I want to stay in my home. Honestly, I don't know if I can now.
Atlanta News First Investigates has not found any HOA liens filed in the community as of November 2025.
Anastasia, you've been reporting on this for now a year, and yet you managed to educate me with every single news story. I learned something new.
Same.
Particularly, you can have two homeowners associations that you're paying to even though you're a part of one property. Is this something common you found and you're investigating?
This was one of the details that came in and I'm like, huh? And I actually sat down with an attorney and just tried to present him, here's everything that I see. What am I seeing? And so, yeah, even this attorney who does a lot of real estate, homeowners associations, things like that, that type of cases, he said this is one of the craziest things he's seen. When the developer, ended up selling to a new developer, it seems like there was some miscommunication. And, looking at the documents, the land records, the deeds, everything like that, that's when you start to see that things got very muddy.
Wow. So I guess it's fair to say this is not quite common. Let's move on to what's next for these homeowners. The difficult thing here is they're saying we don't have money to take on a new legal fight. So what happens?
The heartbreaking part of the story, is that it's the senior citizens, most of the people that are living in what they thought would be a senior community.
And probably a fixed income too.
Exactly. They can't afford an attorney the way that the other phases could. And the other phases, the homeowners never leave the senior citizens out to fend for themselves. They're always at the meetings, always trying to help. Margaret did hear from Brogdon in January, and he said that he had a conflict with his lawyer. He was getting a new lawyer and was going to work on the turnover. They tell me that they are talking with lawyers themselves and trying to see if they can afford possibly some legal representation. So it is an ongoing issue.
Important updates. Thanks so much, Stassi.
Ahead on Uncovered, drivers haunted by tolls in places they've never been. Atlanta News First investigates a rise in ghost plates.
During your commute, it's not uncommon to get toll bills from traffic cameras on a highway or bridge, but some drivers are getting bills for tolls in places they've never been and for cars they've never driven.
Crooks, they're using real license plate numbers to get out of paying for tolls and tickets. Investigative reporter Anna Warner found it's costing some victims thousands of dollars.
Among the millions of cars tracked by cameras on New York City's busy streets, one was this SUV with a South Carolina license plate, a car that racked up thousands of dollars in unpaid tolls and tickets. That plate once belonged to Calvin Lawrence, but he lives outside Charleston and never drives around New York, so he called that New York agency.
I live in South Carolina, so I don't know how it could be me. Well, took down the information and said, oh, we'll handle it.
But the bills kept coming for a car he doesn't own, displaying a license plate this document confirms he turned into the South Carolina DMV 16 years ago.
And before you know it, we got the bus lane tickets.
Videos of those infractions show cameras caught that same vehicle using Lawrence's old plate number, driving and making stops in bus lanes, something that's illegal in New York. Here and here and here, cruising up the bus lane, escaping traffic, each time getting $50 tickets that New York City sent to the Lawrences in South Carolina. Calvin's wife, Nicole, showed us their latest bill, $3,350 for parking tickets and other fees.
You know this tag does not belong to you. You know you're racking up hundreds of dollars of tickets for someone else to pay.
We found they're not alone. Similar reports are all over the country, like from Joseph Jackson of Virginia.
Somebody's got my tags, and that needs to stop.
Mary Smith of Connecticut said someone used her current license plate number, even though the real plate was still on her classic car.
It's like fraud.
All of them appear to have fallen victim to what's known as a ghost plate, a license plate that hides the true owner or driver of a car. In New York City, the problem is so bad, a city council report called the problems alarming, finding that nearly 1 in 5 out-of-state vehicles surveyed had plates not registered to the vehicle.
I've seen it all.
Former NYPD auto crimes investigator Tommy Burke says people will try anything to get out of paying tolls, like faking plates.
It's plastic.
And this was actually Velcroed onto the guy's vehicle.
Photos he took show people covering their plates, even disguising them with what looks like gum.
Oh, I've seen them glue a leaf onto the back of the license plate.
A leaf?
A leaf. Think of an idea that you can, scam somehow, and they're doing it.
But why were those bills going to the Lawrences on their old plates? We found the answer may lie with the databases behind those cameras. Ian Grossman is CEO of the American Association of Motor Vehicle Administrators.
The primary reason why they would still be getting a bill based on a plate that they surrendered years ago would likely mean that the toll facility or the toll facility's contractor is using old data.
Old data, meaning the toll agencies or their contractors might not have removed the Lawrence's 2009 plate from their database.
And it showed that they were still responsible even though they weren't.
That's right.
When we contacted those agencies, they wouldn't say exactly how it happened. But Calvin Lawrence says,
someone's not doing their job.
But there's good news for the Lawrences. After we reached out to those New York agencies, they said the tolls and fees billed to the couple either have been or will be dismissed.
In recent years, Georgia lawmakers made the use of ghost plates a misdemeanor crime.
If you're getting fines for someone using your plates, gather the evidence and contact police to file a report, and then consult the DMV to see if you should change your plate number.
Getting the look comes at a cost. A Metro Atlanta mother learned that the hard way when a procedure nearly took her life.
High-risk cosmetic procedures performed for low prices. It's what's landed a Georgia mom in the hospital for days after getting butt injections.
And Atlanta News First Investigates found she's just one of many who've fallen victim to the price of pretty.
I was shaking. I was crying so terribly. The nurse was like, calm down. I was just like, what have I done to myself?
The injuries are too graphic to show, but the images offer a blurry look at the price of pretty. October 2022, Shantia Cooley saw injections for the perfect bump. The 49-year-old did not want it bigger, just smoother.
Would this help me with the cellulite? Injecting it here?
After the procedure, not only was she still left with the cellulite, but the mom had issues much worse.
Henry County 911. My mom, she just recently had surgery on her butt, and it looks infected, and she can't walk or anything.
Medical records detail Piedmont Henry doctors found sepsis in her bloodstream. Sepsis can lead to organ failure and death. Shantia recalls the doctor determined the cause: butt injections gone wrong.
They kept me. I stayed in the hospital for a week, actually.
Text and payment plans confirm she got the procedure done by Von Seal Daniel at Chaotic Von Beauty Bar. The College Park business advertises medical procedures from bum fillers to lipo. But according to state records, the business and its owner have no medical license.
So I guess that explains why I ended up in the hospital.
In Georgia, it is a felony crime to perform unlicensed medical work. Adding insult, board-licensed plastic surgeon Dr. Nirav Patel explains,
Peel Pack label has an expiration date.
in order to even get these FDA-approved injectables, you have to be credentialed, meaning unlicensed workers often rely on black market or altered product. Shantia believes she was getting hyaluronic acid filler in her bum. Dr. Patel argues it's unlikely.
It's a combination of blood, possibly pus or like infected fluid. So that's not normal at all, the typical inflammation that one mounts when you have fake stuff injected.
Data from the National Institute of Health illustrates a 25% death rate and a 50% hospitalization rate for injection injuries by unlicensed providers. But the agency notes the number is likely significantly underreported. After Atlanta News First started asking questions, the Georgia Medical Composite Board opened an investigation. As a regulatory agency, it typically suspends or revokes licenses, but enforcement gets complicated when a facility does not have a medical license to begin with, like the case of Chaotic Von Beauty, where allegations remain twofold. The owner offers the medical services here locally while also offering sessions across the country to train others. When we reached out to Von Seal Daniel about the allegations, the owner's only reply, "Can you provide the names of the consumers?"
Miss Vaughn?
After she stopped responding, we showed up to the business. It appeared empty inside. So we called.
We want to talk to Miss Von Seal because there's no record that she has a medical license, yet she's offering medical services.
The owner claimed she was an esthetician, that she was transferring her Florida license to Georgia. When we told her she needed an actual medical license to perform this work, she claimed she had nurses on staff. Atlanta News First found no documentation to substantiate any of it.
Okay. Well, she hung up.
As for Shantia, she cautions others to do what she did not.
Be aware and be careful and do your research a little bit more, like I maybe should have did.
Sierra, that was definitely hard to watch, and we want to know, how is this character doing? Any updates?
Here's the catch-22 in all of this. She's doing well, but she wanted to see some kind of criminal outcome with this woman who performed these illegal butt injections. The ironic thing is it's easier for the state, the medical board, to actually investigate and impose penalties on someone if they have a license. This is someone without a license. So it's like, well, what do you do other than get local law enforcement involved? And at the time we did this reporting, there were no arrests, but we knew that the state board was investigating. She has moved across state to offer classes and train other people. And at the time of our recording, it seems like that work is still happening. So that's the interesting part here.
Awareness is really what we're going to take away, and hopefully that people watch your story before getting any sort of work done. So off of that, what should people do before getting cosmetic surgery?
Yeah, that's the big takeaway here. If you are looking to have a cosmetic procedure, so anything being injected into your body, you should check whether this person is licensed or not. And in order to do that, you can go on the state medical board's website and you just type in that person's first and last name. If they are offering this service and they are not a licensed medical professional, you can file a complaint with the state board. And then it is up to the state board to investigate and or get local law enforcement involved. So that's really important here. What makes Georgia a little different compared to other states is in our state, as long as you're a medical professional, you can do cosmetic procedures. So in effect, that means a pediatrician could perform some cosmetic work on you, even though that's not their specialty. But that is the bar in the state of Georgia. It's very low here, that you don't have to specialize in cosmetic procedures to perform the cosmetic work. But at the very least, they have to be licensed. So that is the big thing here. If you take away nothing else from this story, when it's time to book an appointment, you need to look up that person on the state's website.
Only a couple of minutes and could really be life-saving.
Yep, it can change everything, change the outcome, including saving your life.
All right, great reporting, and we know that you are on this topic for us and are going to hold people accountable here in Georgia.
Thank you.
You can listen to all of our extended conversations on these stories right now on our podcast, Behind the Investigation. Just search Atlanta News First on your favorite podcast platform. You're watching Uncovered by Atlanta News First Investigates, a weekly hour-long investigative show with new episodes launching every Sunday at 7.